Guys, I want to address this thing real quick. Listen, talking about being obsessive and immersing in who you are, what it is you do, and how you show up and do it differently. Today, I want to talk about how to make a killer elevator pitch. A lot of us are so shy and seem to be unsure of how we communicate who we are and what it is that we have to offer to the world. And you show up apologetically. You show up in a way that makes the people listen to you wonder, are you even convinced about what you want to do before you try to convince me of it? So I want to go through just simple 4 points on how to make a killer elevator pitch. Hey Tanisha, hi Coleman, who do we have here? Hey Lily. So listen, first thing, who are you? So you mentioned who you are. Now, apart from your name, and please don't go through all your names, like I have at least 5 names, just your first and the surname, official surname. I'm saying this because a lot of my African people, my African brothers and sisters, I'm like, Modesta, Lillian, Mikwile, Mahiga, Mbuguni, okay? Just first name, surname, and then you introduce yourself professionally. If you don't already have one, please give yourself a professional title. I'm not asking about your job title where you work. I'm asking about a professional title that you would like to be known for in your industry. Think of LinkedIn, and you have to put a professional title that the rest of the world needs to know you for that is removed from your job title where you work. And so you're going to say, hey, my name is Modesta Mahiga. Of course I write in Mbuguni. So I'm Modesta Mahiga Mbuguni, and I am an executive leadership coach. I'll say that I'm also, of course, a business consultant. I'm also an author and a speaker, and I can talk about, management consultant. But at that time, just pick what is relevant to who you're speaking to. Keep it at one title, right? So number 1 is who you are. Your name, keep it short, first name, surname, and if it's hyphenated, so it is. And professional title. If you don't already have one, create one for yourself. Don't tell me you're unemployed. Nobody cares, nobody knows. Don't put that forward, never put that forward. Anybody ever asked you that? Nobody asked you that. Just mention your title. That is what you've studied for, or that is what you've worked in, that is what you tend to dabble in. Just give yourself a title. Don't qualify it, don't make it any less, just your title. Name and a professional title. If you haven't done it today, when you get off this feed, just write that professional title. So that's number 1. Number 2, what you do. And here I want you to not talk about your job description. I would like you to talk about the pain that you solve for somebody. So what do you do? Make it solution oriented. Hey ABM scholars, what do you say? Unemployed is not a title yet, you're right. Right? Talk about the solution that you bring to a specific demographic. People like to hear solutions. People don't want to hear round and round stories like, I cannot go, in Africa, so our education systems still the same, more or less, education system since colonialism. And so like a lot of people in the marketplace, and nobody want to hear that. That is not an elevator pitch. Go directly to the solution you bring. So I equip, or I support high performing, purpose-driven leaders to achieve exponential growth and impact. Hello. Immediately to the solution that you bring. So number 1 was who you are, and you introduce your name and your professional title. Number 2 is the pain that you solve. So talk about the solution that you bring. Number 3, who do you do it for? You need to get really narrow in your niching. Who exactly are you speaking to? Who is the demographic that is most in need of your services, that is most adversely, negatively affected, that you want to speak to? Just yesterday, I was preparing, so I also ghostwrite, I write other people's books, and I was preparing an overview of how I would like my client to explain to me who she is and why this book is so important for her to write. And I asked her very intricate, granular questions about who she's speaking to, why them, why does she feel they're most affected, and it warrants her writing an entire book about them. what exactly their problem is, that real deep pain spot of theirs that she's there to relieve. And what would she then communicate through her book that would do that? Like, what are the objectives that she expects to achieve? What will be the results for the people that she's written this book for after they read it? So you do the same. When you express not only what you do, who you do it for, you're going to express it in a way that tells a story that of all the people that are going through this challenge, these people are most affected. So if I say that, I equip purpose-driven, high-performing African market leaders to achieve exponential growth and impact, that kind of piques interest. Somebody's like, why African market leaders, for instance? It's a conversation opener. Like, that's very interesting. Why African and not everybody else? Why market and not just leadership? I'm sure government needs leadership. It also piques interest. It makes a person want to speak to you more, because remember, an elevator pitch is exactly that. If you imagine you're going up 2-3 stories high only, and you have 30 seconds more or less to explain who you are, it's not, of course, so that the conversation ends there and you say goodbye. It is to be so compelling that a person's like, hey, are you getting off on this floor? Can I hear a little bit more about that? Or where are you going? Like, I don't even have to rush right now. I will ride up with you on this elevator just to get to know a little bit more about who you are and who you serve and why they're most affected, right? And the last point, number 4, what results you've had. Because remember, an elevator pitch is you presenting who you are, what you do, who you do it for, and the results you've had, so that this person would say, oh, I need to talk to you a little bit more. It's so that you generate business. It's so that you pick interest. It is so that people can consider you for opportunities, whether they're career or business. That is the purpose of the elevator pitch. So you want to communicate who you are, what you do, who you do it for, and what results you've had, so that they can say, wow, if you've done that for them, well, I'm definitely, interested, and I would like to see what you can do for me. Now listen, it doesn't mean that when you get very specific about your niche, it's going to put other people off. It may not. Just because I may, predominantly speak to African market leaders doesn't mean that other people will not be interested in working with me. Like, I just posted today somebody from the Middle East who has worked with me. But it is good to explain the kind of results you've had, especially if you can quantify it. So I have reached this number of people, or I have supported and these number of clients have gone in and done this, and they've generated business worth of this much, or they have been able to build these things that have impacted this number of people more. And putting a little story to them really adds value to your pitch. It is the testimonials of your clients. It is your client's success. If you are somewhere you engage and you're in employment, it is the businesses, the organizations you've worked with success when you were there, because you were there, that sells you more than anything you could say on your own. So you make sure that when you're doing this killer elevator pitches, you're making it very clear the kind of results you've been able to obtain for your clients, for the organizations you've worked with, because you know what? That kind of thing, testimonials, that can be independently, validated, right? They can call, they can check, they can, ask for references and speak to somebody else, a third party, not you, not a person you're working with, and they say, oh yeah, if it weren't for, oh yeah, I went from this place to that place because of them. It really sells your profile. So just to recap, I'm doing this real quick, guys. Number 1, when you want to make that killer elevator pitch, is to introduce who you are. Please don't say all 15 of your names from every, tribe and who gave you what. Just your first name and your surname. If it's hyphenated like mine, I'm Modesta Mahiga Mbuguni. I had to drop Lillian, I had to drop Mikwile, I had to drop Augustine Philip, my father's names. I had to drop them for simplicity's sake. So Modesta Mahiga Mbuguni itself is enough of a mouthful. And I would introduce myself. I sometimes introduce myself as a management consultant, sometimes a human capital strategist. Sometimes, I would talk about being an author, but I most often would talk about being an executive leadership coach, because that is what I'm putting forward at the moment. What do you do? Number two, what do you do? Addresses the pain that you are a solution to, that you bring a solution to. So you're going to couch it in terms of solution. You're not going to go around about it, about everything that they've gone through, and these people are so adversely affected, and I just felt so sorry for them. I just thought somebody needs to do something about this, and I came in, please. Your elevator time is gone. You're simply going to go, I equip purpose-driven, high-performing African market leaders to achieve exponential growth and impact. I don't get to say in their career and your business, that's too much. Or I can just say, I equip purpose-driven African leaders to achieve next level. Actually, I prefer exponential growth and impact. And somebody like, exponential growth and impact in what? In their career and businesses. Oh, so what exactly do you do? And this then gets me to go into the details. But I won't go into the details immediately. Nobody needs to hear the details immediately. They just need to know, number one, who you are. Number two, what you do. Number three, who you do it for. And I mentioned, I will talk about African market leaders. And number four, what results you've had. And that's where you can give some stats or you can give testimonials so that people say, well, look at you. Not only are you out here pitching my elevator ride off, but there are third parties, there are other people that can substantiate, that can validate what you're saying. Well, do you have a card? Are you doing anything right now? Would you like to have some coffee? Because I think we can be in conversation. Boom. You've just opened up an opportunity. Whether that's going to be a job, that's going to be your business, getting an opportunity to work for another business. Simple as that. So remember this for who you are, what you do, who you do it for, solutions-based, and what results you've been able to obtain for them. I love you guys. I want to do this as often as I can. This is Modesta Mahiga Mbuguni from Modesta.Africa and PurposelandExcellence.Africa. Please do go to Purpose and Excellence Academy on YouTube and subscribe to this stuff. Guys, they are so simple. Simple, easy to follow, little tweaks you can do in your day that makes a world of a difference in how you show up in your industry as a professional. It doesn't take rocket science. You don't have to save up for a course. Even you probably don't even have to go spending a lot of time on free courses. Just a simple tweak in your day, in your communication, makes a world of a difference on the opportunities that you'll be able to get and how effective you are in expressing what value add you bring. All right, I love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Until I'm next back on here, bye. Listen, share this with 10 people, please. And after you've done that, please just put a done on the comments below. Share this with 10 people. A lot of you people out here getting the benefits of these things and getting transformed in your careers, but you're not sharing enough. Please do share with other people. By the way, I am still on that mission to equip 100 million African leaders. And I know I sure don't have 100 million African leaders on my network. So I really need all of you guys to please kindly share with your networks. And they will watch it and they'll hear me say share, and then they will share with another 10. It'll spiral on like that. All right. Have a great time. Thank you, Nabila from Indonesia. You want to become like me? Oh no, you become the best you. Actually, go to Purpose and Excellence Academy on YouTube. You'll see all these videos about how to unleash all these amazing things that you already are. You don't want to become like me. Like sometimes I don't want to become like me. King Javala, who are you? What do you do? Who do you do it for? And what are the results so far? That's right. You're welcome, Lily. No, you don't want to become like me. It's the same thing again. I don't know why this guy's saying that. You're cracking me up. All right. You're welcome, Sheila. Hi, my sis. You're welcome, Coleman. Hey, nice. All right. Wonderful Tuesday to you. Much love. Bye.